Hello friend, my name is Doombabe and today I have Japan Crate! So if you follow me on Twitter, you know that a little while ago I was talking about how Japan Crate sent me an email saying that they wanted to send me a review box. And the story behind that was pretty funny. First, I want to thank the MetroCon Facebook group because I asked them for suggestions on, subscription boxes like these to do openings, and a lot of them did suggest Japan Crate. So they were like, well, why not ask them for a review box? And I was like, well, I'm not really important. So I sent them an email. I'm like, hey, I have a YouTube channel. These are my analytics. You want to hook me up? And she was like, well, normally we don't send boxes out to people who don't have 50,000 plus. And I was like, oh. But then the email got better because she said not only because I was awesome, but because I love cats. And they love cats. That they hook a sister up. So let's unbox this shit. The first thing you're going to need is a proper pair of scissors. I don't know what scissors these are, but they're not exactly proper for opening boxes. But I'm not going to get up and walk across my apartment to get scissors that are appropriate. So we're just going to use these. Alright, so you open it up, and the first thing you see are colors. Lots of colors. More colors. Alright, so let's look at the little insert that fell out onto my lap. It says Japan Crate. It says all January crates are out. Now what? I'm calling about the candy trade show in Osaka where you can find the newest and most rare candy. Will you attend? And then 1 week later, it shows two very important people and a little plane that goes Fashoo. And then it says, we were warmly received and found candy heaven. Candy, candy, candy. It's like 8-bit. That's cool. And then it says, can't wait for the subscribers to see all of this. And it says, learn more about our trip on our blog, japancrate.com. On the back, it tells you everything that you can expect in the subscription boxes. So you've got the mini, and then you've got the original, and then you've got the premium box. And it's a good thing that they sent this, because this is in English. The packaging is not. I cannot read Japanese. This is traditional Pocky with a twist, made for an older palate. Experience a harder stick with pie filling and a richer chocolate coating. That sounds really fucking fancy for Pocky. They definitely weren't joking when they said that it was a harder stick. This is like super crunch Pocky. Like, oh my god. And that's not a bad thing. It's just, it's way harder than I was expecting. It's like, you know what this is? This is like normal milk chocolate Pocky, and then there's this. And this is like grown up Pocky. That's what this would be. I can't tell you what the difference is with the chocolate. It definitely tastes, it's not as like overpoweringly sweet, which isn't a bad thing, because I'm the kind of person where, if something's super duper sweet, it just kind of makes my mouth hurt. This isn't that sweet. I mean, it's sweet, it's candy, but you know what I mean. It feels like they made Pocky for adults. That's what this is. Okay, the next thing I want to do is this. And what are you? This is liquid mixing candy. Includes 3 flavored candy liquid, strawberry, ramune, and lemon. Mix them together to invent your own color and flavor. That sounds cool. So we're gonna put this box down and stop putting everything else on display, and we're gonna make this the focal point. It's like a gel. Oh no! Oh, I hate gel candy. I'm using the blue one. The blue one, I believe, is the ramune flavor. No, it doesn't taste bad. I know I just made a really horrible face. It doesn't taste bad, but it's slimy. It's a gel. So we're gonna mix, I don't know if you can see it, we're gonna mix a little bit of strawberry, and by a little bit, I'm gonna just pour it all in there. Oh god, that's gross. And then we're gonna mix a little bit of lemon, and we're gonna mix them together. I don't think you can see this. I'm trying. I'm really trying, but the camera angle's not helping. Mixing the lemon and the strawberry was actually really good. Okay, and the next thing we are going to try is Animal Pops, which is create custom colored pandas and lions. The packaging is adorable. I wish America would catch on to this, because Japan knows what they're doing when it comes to advertising. Okay, so they come with cute little molds. There's one for a panda bear and one for a giraffe. And with those molds, there is a silver and a white package. And in the silver package, there is, I don't know. It's lemon. Oh, it's soft. This is what smells like strawberry. Then we're gonna take a little bit of the yellow. Then we're gonna give it a little yellow body. And then once everything is all pressed together and stuff, you can pull it out. And then the mold makes a little animal that you chose, and you can pick off the excess so it looks all nice and cute. So this was the giraffe. And again, I'm afraid to eat it. They put so much soft things in here. Oh my goodness. Oh god, oh god, oh god. I'm just gonna, It's just a very bizarre experience. It's very, very sweet, very, very sugary. When you first put it in your mouth, it immediately feels like gum, and I was afraid to chew it and swallow it. It obviously dissolved in my mouth. It's just sugar. It's just flavored sugar. That's really all it is. So up next, I want to try these. These are Morinaga Choco peanut balls. They look like they're packaged in a cigarette box. And the description for the Morinaga Choco peanut balls is, we like to think of these as a delicious Japanese spin on peanut M&Ms. And the first thing I can smell, like as soon as I took off the shrink wrapping, I could smell peanuts. Oh yeah, these are definitely, they do look like peanut M&Ms. Or not like peanut M&Ms, but like the generic peanut, like coated in candy thing. That's all it is. Okay, and the last item that is on the mini box is the Kazumi dried squid, which is at the very bottom. And I am actually super duper excited for this because I enjoy squid, and I want something salty by this point because so far it's all just been super sweet candy. But oh god, it's moist. Now I'm nervous because wet things are frightening. It's actually pretty good. So far that's my favorite thing out of the box, because I haven't found anything wrong with it. It's just like squid jerky. And the next thing doesn't come in the mini. You have to get original or premium. And that is the Doorman Choco Balls. And look at that. I still have dried squid stuck in my teeth. So you just peel the top off. And they almost look like the little, like the crunch balls that you can get at the movie theater. They come in like the box. That's my first impression when I look at them. Like they even have the same sort of texture. That's not what they taste like though. Oh my god. Take your chocolate on the go with this adorable Doorman cup. The chocolate balls are light, crisp, and decadent. That doesn't tell me shit. Oh, I got a little bit on my finger. I know my finger looks dirty. It's just the candy. That Pops cereal, the like corn pops, where they're literally just like yellow corn puffs. They're that covered in chocolate. That is what this is. And that's really fucking good. Okay, the next thing I want to cover is the Every Burger Chocolate Biscuits. The description says, they are flaky bun biscuits, white chocolate cheese, and chocolate burger patties that make for a perfect alternative to the gummy version. They just look like sad little reject patties. Alright, so let's eat one. Okay, I don't know who makes this, but really, it's just like, imagine reverse Pocky. That's what this is. This is like reverse Pocky. You've got the biscuit on the outside and the chocolate on the inside. Like, there's not a lot of white chocolate. It's clearly just there for decoration. There's not enough for you to taste it at all. Okay, and the last thing that would come in the original box is the Crazy Colors Animal DIY, which is this, I think. Yeah. And I'm not good at DIYs. I never really was into them. I wasn't very good. The packaging is cute. I'll give them that much. The next one on the list is the Pokemon Sparkling Apple Drink, which is a yummy, sparkling, flavored apple drink in a fun Pokemon-themed bottle. It smells like apple juice. It's very, very carbonated, and it almost burns your tongue when you first take a sip. And by the third or fourth sip, it still kind of burns, but it doesn't burn that much. It's incredibly sweet though. Other than the DIY kits, I think this is one of the worst things in here. Okay, and the last thing in here is the Enski collectible card gum. But you open it up and there are two very, very tiny pieces of gum that I don't know if you can see. And then it comes with a card. And it's shiny. What is this? Oh, there are two cards in here. Okay, so you will notice that there are two things I left out. They were the two DIY kits. I didn't like them. I tried really hard to get the DIY kits to work, and it just was not happening. The big thing that Japan Crate needs is they need a type up of like the directions, because the labels are all in Japanese, and they added this nice insert with a cute little comic on it, and you know that's nice and all, but the comic could have been replaced with directions, because I had no idea what I was doing. I was going off of pictures, and I need to read exactly what I need to do. And because of that, I screwed everything up. It didn't turn out well. It didn't taste nice. There was like an imbalance of water and sugar because there weren't even numbers. Like, I can work off of it if it just said, add so many milliliters of water, but it didn't say that. So, that's the huge problem I have with this, is it needs English directions. Okay, now I'm just gonna go down the list and sort of like review everything. The Kazumi dried squid, it was good. It was not salty, it was savory. I love squid, I like seafood, and I like the texture of like beef jerky. So it's pretty much like squid jerky. So it's right up my alley. Next was the liquid mixing candy. It actually didn't taste bad. It was very, very sugary, but it didn't taste bad. My only beef was that it was a gel, and honestly, I got over that pretty quickly when I started mixing everything together and started making my own flavors. However, I do not recommend mixing the ramen flavor with anything because it was weird. The Otona Milk Pocky was, as I said, it was very crunchy. It had more of almost like a laid-back taste. It was really like Pocky for adults. That's the best way I can describe it. It was a little too crunchy for my taste, but overall, it was still pretty good. I mean, I'm gonna eat the box. The next one on the mini box list is the Morinaga Choco peanut balls. And those were good. They were just peanuts covered in chocolate, and they had a little bit of like what seemed like a wafer crust around it, but really there's nothing particularly special about them, but there was nothing bad about them. Okay, moving on to the original list, there is the Doorman Choco Balls. These were really good. I really liked them. I thought they were really, really freaking delicious. They were just like, they tasted like those corn puff cereals that you see in normal grocery stores wrapped in chocolate. The Crazy Colors Animal DIY. This was the hardest thing in the entire box because there are not clear directions, the pictures are not clear, and I had no idea what I was doing. It ended up being a total disaster, and it was a total waste of time. Then there was the Every Burger Chocolate Biscuits, and these were good. I enjoyed these. I mean, you can't eat anything on its own because the chocolate itself was good on its own. The white chocolate was obviously just there for decoration, which again isn't a bad thing, and the biscuit itself was not very good on its own. But if you eat it all together, it's really nice. So if you're one of those people that really likes to pick apart their food, like me, I like picking things apart, especially things like sandwiches. That's not going to be something for you. Then there were the Animal Pops, and the Animal Pops were cute. A little too sugary for me, but that's just because it was literally just sugar. It almost had the texture of like bubble gum, which freaked me out at first. But then I realized that it was just sugar and it was dissolving in my mouth and it was all fine. But it did taste very good. It came with lemon and it came with strawberry. And it was pretty fun to put together. It was cute. It'd be something more interesting for like kids, I guess, like as an activity. As an adult, it's just kind of like I'd rather just have a packaged animal that I can eat.
Phrasing?
Up next is on the premium only list, the Pokemon Apple Sparkling Drink, which tasted like someone put ramen with apple juice. The taste itself was good. I mean, ramen and apple juice, not really a match made in heaven, but it wasn't bad. It was actually pretty good. But it was just that carbonation almost like sears your mouth, and it's really uncomfortable, and it doesn't start to go away until like the 6th sip, and by that point I think it's just because like parts of your tongue are starting to erode away. Okay, then there was the Zoo Gummy DIY, which was a lot easier than the Crazy Animal ones, but again, there were no instructions. And it tells you that when it's all solidified, you'll be able to pull it out with a fork. And so far, it's been an hour. I kept it out, or I kept some out, I kept some in the fridge, and they're not hard yet, so I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know if it's a problem with the product. And the last on the list was the Enski collectible card gum, which, again, I'm chewing the gum now. It tastes like nothing. There was a minute amount of like a cherry bubblegum flavor or strawberry bubblegum flavor, but it's gone. And I've only been chewing this for a few minutes. But I know that the appeal probably isn't the bubblegum, it's the actual cards. And these cards, I really have no fucking clue what I don't know what these are. You guys kind of sent them to me. And I don't like One Piece. So I'm just kind of like, okay, I guess I'll just give them to my husband when he comes home. I tried coming up with the overall average value of the box. Value that I was able to find came out to this. And the cost of the box to get every month is this, because this is the premium box. And then comes the question of would I actually get this myself? And actually, I probably would not. But that's because I don't like the DIY kits not having any sort of English instructions, because there are 2 DIY kits in here. I'm also just not big into super fruity candy. But I'm going to clean this up because I made a huge mess. So I want you guys to let me know if this is something that you'd be interested in. Would you buy it for yourself? Would you want me to keep trying to find a better box to open up and show you guys? And I also really want to thank Japan Crate, because even though this wasn't the coolest thing I think I've ever gotten in the mail, this was something where they were very kind. The staff I talked to, they were very accommodating. They were willing to help me out. And I mean, they sent this to me to review. So I'm very appreciative of that. So thank you, Japan Crate. If you guys want to get your own Japan Crate, I will put the link down in the description below. Otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye! Cards with the common rarity. There is some confusion when it comes to past printings and rarity changes, so let me say this. According to Wizards, as long as the card was printed at some point as a common, you are allowed to use that in your pauper deck. It has a small banned list of only 7